Hello, hello, and welcome. My name is Leanne Schweitzer, and I'm here with my beautiful soul sister.
Kat Brodish.
And we are so excited to share with you a little bit more about attraction marketing, right? Are you wondering, right, how we make money without pushing products, right? For me, I actually come from this belief system, right? I actually came from the industry of low ticket network marketing, and I had this. I was trained to make a list and then DM people and send all these messages and cold spamming people, right? And so I had this belief system, right? Is that that's what sales is, right? Is making this list and reaching out to people and copy and pasting these messages. And so people get these beliefs around sales and marketing of like, oh, people have done that to me in the past, and I don't want to be one of those people. I don't want to be one of those spamming people, right? And so when we share about this business of that includes sales and marketing, right? People have these preconceived notions around sales and marketing based on things that have happened to them in the past, and they don't recognize that there's actually another way to do business, right? So the truth about sales and marketing is that you get to focus on an irresistible offer, an offer that can absolutely transform your life in more ways than one, and an opportunity to be reflective in your life and to really truly live the life of your dreams while the rest of the world is living their life by the way that their bosses are designing, right? We've been conditioned from a young age to go into these businesses, right, where you've got these people, these people at the top, right, the CEOs at the top, and then the managers and the people making minimum wage, right? And so we've been conditioned in these different things. And so I am so excited I just want to have Kat share a little bit more about her journey with attraction marketing and how this is so different, right, from everything that we've been preconceived about sales and marketing.
Yeah, and mind you, one thing that Leanne was really sharing when she made the pyramid shape is that a lot of people are so conditioned that their paycheck is better than doing a sales, marketing, or commission-based business because they're really conditioned to think that that's like how you build your life of freedom is by being part of a pyramid scheme. Literally, your 9 to 5, CEO, couple managers, and then everybody else at the bottom. That's the biggest pyramid scheme. But we're conditioned that that's the way for things to be, and that if you ever try to do something else, or that all millionaires and billionaires are scam artists and horrible people and different things like that, and if you do anything outside the box, then you have to be doing something weird or wrong or anything else like that. I think even when I started into doing this business, even when the girl approached me, I've talked about this in our previous webinar, that I was like for sure thinking like anything online was a scam. Like I was just like, I don't even know. And actually what she did was she did attraction marketing. She was posting, she connected with me on Facebook. She was sharing all these different things about her being in Costa Rica and like this really cool life. And I was like, wow, I'm in Bali. Like, who's this girl? She's traveling. She's just like me, except she has something I don't. She keeps talking about making money online, and I'm curious. So this woman, if I would have never clicked like info on her story, which I then tried to deny that I didn't do it. It was an accident, but it was intentional. But I was embarrassed, like asking people for information on the internet. She literally performed attraction marketing, and she didn't spam me. She didn't cold message me. She didn't sit there and try to sell me or anything else like that. She was like really calm, cool, and collective about it, and was really did an amazing job. And for me, the only thing that I knew, I had so much apprehension, was people just like, do you want to buy? Do you want to do this? I have this, I have this, and this, and this. And it's like actually desperation. And on your social media, when you come across your social media, when someone works in network marketing, because all of a sudden they're an expert in superfoods, or they're an expert in essential oils, or they're an expert in whatever the other ones are, superfoods, essential oils, shakes, smoothies, or they got these different vitamins, or I don't know, the fulvic acid and all that other stuff. I don't even know. There's a bunch of them. And these people ain't sharing this because they just love their fulvic acid. They're sharing it because they need you to buy it, because in order for them to get it for free, they need enough of you guys to buy it so that theirs is free. And then often they never really actually make money on that, but they get their stuff for free. But in the meantime, they just literally performed a full-time job spamming people constantly, talking about this product that does no value for their life, just to get 10, 20, 30, 40 bucks in commission. But hey, I'm not knocking it, because, well, before I had never done anything like it, so I can't say it was bad. These people are out there trying. But this is the reason why we want to do this podcast we talked about before with low ticket, high ticket network marketing. But this is another reason why people have apprehension with our business model as well, is that they're so used to everybody being that person to spam them and want to sell them and like, just do this. And there's not like a real connection at all that's going on. And because of that, people just feel like this weird, gross, cringy vibes from people. Like I can tell right away when a person randomly DMs me out of anywhere, it's like, what do you want? Like, why are you in my inbox? Like, I don't talk to you. Like, hey, how have you been doing? I've been like working on this really cool program. I'm thinking like, you're probably going to try and fucking pitch me your program, right? Is that what this is? And I'm just like, yo, like, listen, I work in sales and marketing. I'm not interested in whatever you're going to sell me. And people were just like, oh, like, oh, you don't want to. No, I don't. Because I think that's one of the grossest things is when you're just minding your business in your life and everyone's just trying to like sell you like a freaking infomercial. So like, I actually cringe at the thought of people doing it like that. I've had so many people in my inbox. So that's the thing that I think I really love the most about this business opportunity, why we want to share this, because people always ask me all the time, like, how do you get your leads? Like, how do you make your sales? How do you do everything? Like, I don't want to be spamming, cold DMing and doing all this. And I was like, dude, like if you did that and you're on my team, I would be like slightly a little bit like, yo, like I get it. Like if you think it's going to work for you, go for it. But just know that like it's such a crazy approach because these people are just minding their business and some people are gullible. Some people are naive. Some people they haven't been around enough to realize like that person's not really liking you. They're just trying to sell you. And to be honest, like that doesn't make me feel good. Like I had a multiple 6-figure business as a tattoo artist, found out my tattoos gave me cancer. And even though I could earn thousands of dollars, I gave it up because of an ethical approach. So for me, ethics are so important. So like that was what was interesting when I got into this business model was I didn't want to be all these other people on the internet. I didn't even know that I was getting into sales and marketing actually, but then I realized that I was more looking at it as a service industry. And one of my biggest things that I always wanted to do was to help people. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to do different things. And I always was revolving around helping people. So when I saw the business model, I actually saw a way that I could help people get healthier, help people get wealthier. And that's when my perspective around sales really shifted from sales being sales to sales being service. People that sell and make millions of dollars in sales isn't because they're like slimy salespeople. They have something that people really need and they offer people a service that works. So if you can solve problems in the world, you will be an amazing person in sales, but most people don't know what to sell. And therefore they get kind of stuck or they try to like make their products or they try to do different things or they partner with other offers. And sometimes these offers have you questioning your own ethics and you don't really feel good about it. And then it doesn't work out for you, but it's not something that you really believe in and you're not really living like your life on your terms or your dreams. I didn't start in the business that I was because I wanted to be talking about our product and our business. You never see me talk about any products. And this is why I get asked this all the time. I said, Leanne, let's do a podcast about this. Cause I literally get asked this all the time. Kat, I never see you talking about any product, but I know there's a product in your business. Why not? And I said, because I make my life look because my life is really irresistible. I live my dream life. I said, I live such an amazing life that I don't need to tell people what I'm doing. People are searching and trying to figure out how I'm making money. That's called attraction marketing. You literally build your life so well around you that people are dying to know. Like people know, they're not stupid. They haven't been living underneath the rock. They know that if you're traveling the world, that shit costs money. And people know me. I'm a single mom. I ain't got no sugar daddy. I ain't got no baby daddy. I ain't got nobody. It's all my money always. So people know that I'm doing something and they're curious because they never see me working. They never see me stressed, never see me talk about work, never see me talk about products. So they're like, how are you making your money? And it's interesting because in the beginning of this business, backtrack a little bit. When I first started, I was trying to talk about the business. I was trying to talk about like learn how to work online. And every now and then I share it, but I was doing it much more. And there was like a point in time where I was like, I don't really want to talk about working online. I just want to like live my life. And my mentor's like, Kat, if you don't want to talk about working online, then go live your life. You don't need to talk about working online to let people know that you're doing something. And I stopped posting about my business, really. I really stopped. Instead, I just started posting about my travel and what I was really doing in my free time. And literally, my business blew up because it was the most authentic version of myself. I literally had my biggest 2 months while I was on a vacation, traveling, working an hour here and there while my daughter was sleeping in the morning and the night. And I had my biggest influx in my business, my biggest 2 months ever. And what happened was I actually stopped trying to talk about my business. I just went out there and lived my life. And then people, and also too, in the previous, I had talked about it a little bit. So people knew, they would kind of scroll and they know, like, I know you're doing some sort of online business. Can I have information? Because if you are sitting there spamming people nonstop, or you're like, all you're doing is talk about your products or your business, people are like, I don't want to be that person. Like, dude, like, I get it. You're selling some superfoods. I get it. Like, oh, essential oils, good lavender. Love your yoga picture with your lavender there. It kind of gets kind of weird, like people don't want to see that shit. So they already know what you're doing. There's no question to it. And again, I'm like not knocking these things, but I'm just kind of putting it into perspective because I I think that some people don't realize that that's like not the norm, like, so I'm trying to flip some switches on for people to help them see a different perspective around their sales and marketing strategies, because the people that are listening to this, you may be in a low ticket network marketing business, or you may be looking into network marketing businesses. And I want to share this perspective because whether you are or are not in one, I want you to understand that spamming people and pitching products is not the way to make sales. The way that you make sales, like I did, which was I went out there and I just started living my best life. I have a page where people know I'm doing something. People are clicking links and I'm like on the vacation, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I'm making money while I'm traveling, making money while I'm sleeping, because I set up this beautiful little structure based around attraction marketing. Now, in this world, when people are posting about products, it's like in a world that's so fake and phony, people just want something real. So when you are that authentic nature, you are going to stand out above the masses anyways. So when people ask me like, well, I don't see you talking about products, I'm like, I don't need to. Like, I'm just going to sound like a billboard like everybody else. Is that really what I want to do? Do I really? And I said, no, like, I don't find value. Like, I didn't start a business so I can become like a water expert, or like all of a sudden listing off these details. Like, dude, I don't want to be that person for one. And the other thing as well is like, people buy you and your energy. So most people have found me. You may have found me. You may be on my page watching this because you saw me post probably something about conspiracy, something about health, something about the world and all the bullshit that's going on. And you're probably like, who is this person? You probably clicked and you probably saw some of my other viral videos. And then you probably saw me talking. You probably saw me talking about my life. You probably saw me talking about how I live and this and that. And it got you interested because you realize I'm super relatable to who you are and where you're at. And I'm part of your tribe. I'm just like you. The only difference is I have something that maybe you don't have yet. I have an ability to work from anywhere and on my terms. So at the end of the day, when people come into my realm, it's because they know me, they feel like they know me, they watch my videos, they like me, and they trust me because they know I'm on their team. I make polarizing content on purpose. That's attraction marketing. If people don't know where you stand, if you didn't know where I stood on these things or on the whole world situation, you wouldn't know whether or not I was really your people, right? Because you're like, maybe they're cool, but maybe they're like 5 boosters deep, But I make it very clear I'm not. So people are like, nah, they know what's up. They know what's up, right? So automatically, when you become yourself, your most authentic version of yourself, that is what sales and marketing is about. Because now people know where you stand. Now people understand where your morals are, your values are, and it could be anything. You can talk about anything. People fall in love with you, and when you share something of value that they also love too, that's what brings you together. People, when you walk into a car dealership, you can have a guy that like knows all the specs, knows everything about the car, is like super savvy. But you have this other dude that just like talks about like, oh, you got kids? I have kids too. Like, how are your kids? And all the guys, you starting really, and you think like guy gave me a lot of information, but I really like this dude I'm talking to right now. So who do you buy from? Buy from the guy that you really like and you piss the other guy off. And that's sales and marketing. Sales and marketing is a service. You provide a service, and a lot of times it's a service and it's an energetic exchange. So when people think that sales and marketing is pitching and doing all that, you're actually turning away and turning off your audience by doing so. You want to be welcoming people into your life. You want people to feel like they know you, they can like you, or that they do like you, and that they can trust you. That's how you maximize on sales and marketing. It's not being an expert in a product. It's not pitching a product. It doesn't matter what I would sell. People would buy from me for the simple fact of like, I have enough reason to sell things that I really believe in. And I'm sure that there's other people that share my same values that are going to see what I believe in and why, and want it too, because I hold myself to high standards. And I believe that the people that are attracted to me are awake. They're not zombies. They're not like sleeping. They're not in the world of the living dead, right? So those people become more attractive to my brand. And that's how I built my business, is all through 100% traction marketing. So I'm going to pass this over to Leanne, because I know a lot of stuff that I talked about was like, I travel the world and I do all these different things. And people say, well, I'm not traveling the world. I'm like in the US and I'm just living my life and I'm just at home working and I'm burnt out and everything else. And it's like, I just want you to know that you don't have to have a life like me and be traveling to get people's attention. You don't need any of that. Me and Leanne are complete opposites. Like, I'm out here traveling like on my motorcycle world touring, and her biggest value is just to be a stay-at-home mom with her daughter. And that is what people find so attractive about it. I should point this way. Go ahead.
Yes, the thing about your dream life is that it gets to be your dream life, right? So many people, when you think about what it is that your dream life looks like some people, that is like, living in a mansion and, having 5 cars and there's also this dream life of being a minimalist and living off grid and, doing those sort of things, right? And so having a life of your dreams, it's going to look different and tailored differently for each and every single one of us, right? And so Kat travels the world, and yeah, traveling the world is incredible and amazing. And one of my core values is just being a stay-at-home present mama. Like I love my, what some people might call like a mundane, boring life. Like I wake up in the morning, and the first couple of hours are set to my business. And then when my daughter wakes up, it's all about just spending my time with her. Like it's like we get on our e-bike and we go on adventures here in Bend, Oregon, and we love just exploring, and she loves riding her bike, and we go on hikes, and just doing things of like spending time together, right? Because so many people, they say that, oh, that money's not a thing in this, this and that, right? But they're going to their jobs every single day, 40 hours a week, 60 hours a week, right? And they're spending more time with their coworkers than with their family, right? And it's like, what are you prioritizing? If money's not a thing and it's not important, why are you prioritizing your coworkers over your family, right? One of my deepest desires that I've always dreamed of is being a stay-at-home present mama, so that I can be there for all of the moments, right? I hear it from every single person that you meet, right? They grow up so quickly, right? It happens so fast, right? They say that you have 18 years with them, right? But in actuality, like, once they, become like 13, it's actually like 0 to 13 that you really have to be with them, because once they're 13, they're kind of, in becoming more independent and figuring out more things on their own and spending more time with their friends. And so you really only have, 0 to 10 to 13 years with them. And so why not prioritize and make that your number one, right? One of the biggest things that I want to do is homeschool my daughter, so that I have no intention of ever putting my daughter in a public school system whatsoever. Like, from a young age, I was put into the school system, right? It's literally I consider it to be like jail, like jail for kids, right? Parents are going to their job just over broke, and they're dropping their kids off at jail, at prison, right? Where they're literally sitting in these desks, 20 kids deep in a room, and just like doing like making everybody fit in, right? Why are we all fitting in when we are born to stand out, right? One of my incredible, amazing mentors, Dean Graziosi, right? He spoke about how he was, growing up in school, he was put in, like the special education classes because he couldn't read or write. And they were telling that he was dumb and all of these things because he couldn't read and write. But in actuality, that wasn't his superpower. That wasn't what he thrived in. And once he, got out into the real world, now he's a multi-millionaire for following his passion and following his dreams of recognizing the things that he is really good at. And he focuses on those things. He focuses on his strength. He doesn't focus on his weaknesses. He hires other people to take care of the things that are his weaknesses, so that he can stay in his zone of genius, right? And that's what it's all about, right? That is really truly what this business model gives us the opportunity to do, right? Is to stay in our zone of genius, of being ourselves, right? We are content creators. We are being ourselves. We are literally getting paid to be us. Like, how cool is that? I don't know about you, Kat, but I have literally dreamed my whole life of like, man, I wish there was a way that I could get paid to be myself, because man, it is so much fun to be authentically as fuck you, right? That's what Kat and I are so passionate about, is like stepping into that version of you that is so authentic and so you, right? And not worrying, just like Kat said, not worrying and caring about what other people think, because those aren't your people, right? Letting those people fall away from the curb, right? People come into our lives for purposes, for reasons. And once they've served their purpose, it's okay to let those people go. It's okay to let those relationships fall to the curb. And when you release those relationships, you're creating more space for your unicorns, for your people to come forward into your life, so that you can have authentic and incredible conversations and not worry about, oh man, I hope I'm not like touching, stepping on their toes or making them feel uncomfortable. It's like, I don't really fucking care if I'm making you feel uncomfortable. I'm being me. And that is what it is all about, right? And so you don't have to have a special life. You just get to pick the life that lights you up, that you really truly dream of, and then step into that version of you, that highest self version of you, right? Kat, is there anything else you want to add on to that?
I loved how you talked about that, because that's like totally me. I was like, my belief in sales and marketing is that you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, and you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. there's just so many things that I can get into this of, even, when people hop on a sales call, it's like nobody hops on a sales call to say no, right? If someone says no, it's because you literally talked them out of the opportunity. And it's like the same way of Leanne sharing about, really getting to work with the people that you want. Like if I offend somebody being me, then they're not my people. I'm not going to spend my life walking on eggshells when I've literally spent my entire life like that. I pick and choose the people that I work with. I don't have to work with you if I don't like you. And I've said it before. I'm like, hey, like, I just don't think this is an energetic match, because I want to live my best life. I want to shine my light as bright as I can. And I can't shine it if I feel like I got a fucking Karen on my back. Like, okay, listen, Karen, you're not my people. Just go as far away from me as you can. And I get to do that. Some people, like, you may be going to your job and they're surrounded by Karens and you're like just drowning deep in Karens. And gosh, that is hard, because I have often been targeted. I don't know if you're like this too, or Leanne's like this, is that I got bullied a lot. So you may see me now and everything else like that, but when I was a kid, I was ugly. I wore glasses. We were really poor. I didn't have nice clothes. I was just like a really big nerd. I got bullied a lot. I had a speech problem because Polish was my first language, so I struggled to learn English. I was bullied by my teachers because I couldn't say words like clown and cloud and soldier and shoulder and all this other shit I can barely say now even. And yeah, I'm so grateful for being able to work with the people that I want, and like being so authentically myself that I want to repel people not like me. I want you to come to my page and be like, I can't believe that bitch thinks she's this, because you're not my people. I want to talk about money and someone not be uncomfortable. I can't believe what you do. You check about money. It's like, yeah, I do, because money's valuable. Money gave me choice. And just like Leanne just wanted to be home with her daughter, I cried myself to sleep. I was on a borderline of mental health breakdown before this business. I was literally like seeing my daughter for like 2 hours after I got off work, crying myself to sleep. All she wanted was her mom. I was so happy to see her. And I was burnt out, tired, and exhausted. So yeah, money matters. Money matters. And if you don't think money changes anything, then you haven't given enough away, because like I make a very good money and I can't even tell you the amount of money that I have given to people. And if you want to see the impact, and if sometimes something so small you give to somebody, but they really need it, and you can see that that little bit of money just changed their life and got their kid in the hospital, gave their kids books. Like, people tell me like, yeah, my kids are going to school, I can't afford it. How much is your kid's tuition? Here's the money for it. If you don't think money changes something, I guarantee you just impacted that entire family's generation. In Indonesia here, people can't afford to go to school. So that's what it is about too, is like not only attraction marketing, attracting the people, but also to look at it as like, earning more and doing better. And when you work in high ticket sales, which is what me and Leanne both work in, we work in the direct sales industry, we do high ticket sales. We don't have to be talking about and selling products all the time, because the product doesn't fucking matter. It's like, can you give me the result that I desire to live the life that I want to dream? Because that's what it comes down to in sales and marketing, is like people buy from you because they truly believe that you are going to help them get the goal that they desire, and that it's capable of doing it with you. And that's why a lot of people struggle to sell, is because they're not themselves. They're trying to be everybody else doing what they're doing. You have to put tunnel vision on. You literally have to be so polarizing, so in your zone, so you, that people are like a magnet to you. Because if you're like everybody else, they're just going to join with whoever seems like the easiest option, because you're not doing anything special. You're not offering them something special. You're not showing them a unique side of life. You're literally just like going to a Walmart and picking like one of the 5 different brands of the same thing that they have. So it's like the goal of life is like, wouldn't you want to get paid to be as authentic as possible and have people super attracted to you, because like you are literally the unique version that they're looking for? That is what high ticket sales allows you to do, is like, I'm not trying to sell, but I'm not desperate. If someone doesn't like me, like, trust me, I like some people, I get into chat with them and I just archive the chat. Like I don't follow up with them because I don't want to work with them. Like I don't want to work with them, and I get to make that choice. And it's also too, it's like I get 10 people a day writing me. I don't answer all of them. I can't. I would like literally burn out and die. And the reason why it's not important for me to answer them all is because I literally make thousands of dollars per sale. I don't need to be on a hustle. I don't need a hustle for 10, 20, 30, $40, which where a lot of people are. Before this, I burnt myself out as a tattoo artist. I made hundreds of dollars an hour as a tattoo artist, but I was also breaking my body from it and suffered from permanent damage and certain nerves and stuff. And it's like, when are we going to start really living our life? We don't do our job that most of us have because it's what we lights us up. How many of you are watching this and be like, I fucking hate my job, but it pays me good? I said, why don't you leave your job? Because it pays me good. I have the health benefits. I have this and I have that. And like, you can literally replace your salary in XYZ and you can buy your own damn health insurance. You're really staying stuck and committed to a place that you hate with people that you hate for what? Because you're afraid and you're listening to the masses that, oh, well, you don't want to go do that. It's scary. And you go, just go Google it. And you go, oh, see, there's one bad thing. I can't possibly do that now. You don't want to believe that there's something better than out of it, because part of you will kick yourself in the ass for wondering, why have I not done this? Why have I not changed my life? It's a lot easier to stay where you are than to change everything, do something scary, especially if you're struggling financially. And here's the thing, if you weren't struggling financially, you wouldn't be watching this and looking into this. Nobody says, I have a ton of money and I just want to keep looking for more business opportunities. No, people that sit here and watch this or come and watch a webinar, it's because they probably don't have money, or maybe they are looking to expand it. But most people don't walk in the door looking to become an entrepreneur, invest in building a business, and have a bunch of money laying around to do so. If they did, they wouldn't fucking be here. You wouldn't be here looking to make money if you had a bunch of money, right? So when people come to you, they're looking to make money, and their scariest thought is investing in something that doesn't work. And if you're not unique enough or have the skill sets or the capabilities to talk to people or relate to them in a way that makes them feel like you guys are capable of running and locking arms together, you're not going to be able to sell people, and you're not going to convince somebody of that talking about all the benefits of whatever product you're selling. Because when push gets to shove, people are going to cancel all those low ticket network marketing products. And you have to be able to show them something like a business opportunity like we have, where it's literally single investment, lifetime business you can leverage for the rest of your life from anywhere in the world. And we're not going to get so much into it in this, but just know that if people are watching us talk about high ticket, low ticket, we literally have a web class that we can send you. You can just DM on this post. If you're seeing on social media, Facebook, Instagram, just DM and say, hey, I'm ready. Or if you're watching this like on our podcast channel or Spotify or listening to this in another place, figure out our links, look in the bio and look for our links and reach out to us and let us know. Be like, hey, Kat, I want to connect with you. Hey, Leanne, I want to connect with you, and connect with us, because that's what we're here to do. We do these podcasts because there's a lot of value we want to give to people that are already in the industry, people that are looking into the industry, and also too, to let people know that if you're in a place that you don't want to be, you can change it. You don't have to be spamming people. You don't have to think that all sales and marketing jobs are like this weird, freaky, scammy pitching thing. It doesn't have to be like that. You could literally live your best life, dream life. And that's what makes you the most money. When I stopped posting about the business and I just kept living my best life, my business blew up. Because if I'm going live every day, I'm sharing about the business all the day, that's not attractive, right? People think that what you do is what they're going to have to do. So if you're out there talking about products all day long, people are going to think all I have to do is talk about products. Fuck, I can't do that. If all you're doing is talking about sales and marketing and this and this and this and this and this all day long, and there's nothing else, people are like, I don't want to do that. Like, does this person have fun? This looks like just like another shit job, you know? So it's really about showing people that you can, the more fun you have, the more money you make. The more that I travel, I've been stuck in, well, by the time this airs, I've already left, but I was stuck in Bali for a few weeks in between my travels. And I was like, I don't even know what to post about. I just want to be traveling right now. Cause like when I travel, like my business just like blows up. I mean, it's still good. I actually needed the break because it's been a lot for me, like having so many new people come in and wanting to change their life and helping them at the same time of moving out of a house. It's been a really crazy time, but like, I can't wait to travel and just like reaching more people and showing them like this life could be your life. Or be like Leanne and like home with her daughter and just like doing these activities. Like, you know, like this is like the life that people dream of. If you are a parent that like 7 days a week, you're out with your kid, and the rest of the world, they're at their 9 to 5. And again, you're with your kid, again, you're with your kid, again, you're with your kid. People are like, I just want to be with my kid. Like, how are you doing this? Like, how are you making money? Because like, I wish I had the life that you had. And you're like, come watch our webinar. We will show you the keys to the castle. It's so simple. You know, because like I say this all the time, if you ask us for information, I'm not going to sit there on the thing for you for like 30 minutes. There's a reason why we do this podcast. We do it because we make this podcast once. We put it into our group, we put it on our channels, and then people have questions. We say, here's this podcast I made, go listen to it. Life is about building assets. And from those assets, you can reuse them. I literally created a masterclass that has been shown to thousands of people and works so great. It took me one time to make that masterclass, and I've used it thousands of times. What do you think that gives me? Time freedom, time leverage, and lots of money. Same like this podcast. You can learn how to do a different version of digital marketing where you're not burning out yourself trying to build it. You don't have to make things like me. You could just be yourself. You don't have to do any of this. But if you're a person where, you know, I was on a call with someone earlier today and I was like, you don't have to do calls if you don't want to have to do calls. Like we actually have like systems for that. They're like, no, I want to do it. I want to learn it. And if you're like that, I'm like, man, you're going to have so much fun in this. But anyways, back to what I was sharing. If you're watching this and you want to know about the exact opportunity that we're watching, you literally have an opportunity to reach out to us, let us know. We'll send you this 30-minute video. It's going to have everything you want to possibly ever know about the business opportunity, the compensation, the partner offer, how it works, the education and training, the community. And by the end of that, you are going to know if it's a yes or a no for you. Really, really easy. You're going to watch it and be like, either I want to hop on a call, I want to get started, or like, it's not my thing. But if you never take the opportunity to do that and reach out to us and let us know you're interested, you are going to just stay in the same life that you're having. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And that's the important thing to recognize is that you already know what you know. You don't know what we know. We know what we know, but you don't know it. That's why we share this, because we know what's on the other side of what you're doing, because we used to do that. Now we're here. And now we're here and now we're doing something different. And that's why we make these podcasts, because part of changing your life is to also impact other people's and help them change theirs. If I just knew all this and I just sat and lived my best life, I wouldn't have any impact on the world, right? And we all came here to change the world. One of my biggest things is helping people. I wouldn't be helping anybody not sharing this business model. One of the greatest things I could do is share more to more people to inspire them to change their life. If I could bring one father or mother home with their children full time, that's what makes all of this worth it at the end of the day. So if Leanne, if there's anything else that you want to share, otherwise we can wrap it up.
There's impact and contribution, right? Impact and contribution. Kat spoke to impact and being able to make a massive change in the world, right? The moment that people say yes and they like say thank you and like cry and just like have so much gratitude for you, there is nothing better than that moment when you can make a massive impact on somebody's life. And then I was listening to this podcast yesterday, speaking about contribution, right? There's one thing when you yourself earn $1 million, but think about being able to contribute $1 million, to donate $1 million, right? How incredible is that, right? And that's what's really truly possible, when you step into this industry. And so that is the last piece that I want to share. Kat, is there anything you want to do to tie a bow on top of this?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's interesting you mentioned that, because I think I've like given away as much as I've made, like about half of it. Like I think I've spent as much on myself as I've spent on others. But that's the thing to remember, is that if you are in a constant state of survival, you can't help anybody else. That's why most people feel like they're alone. It's because everybody's suffering in their own shit and nobody's is okay enough. They're all just barely surviving, and therefore they can't hold space for the world around them. So if you can be that one person that gets your shit together, gets yourself straight, you can actually be the change that the world needs right now. You could literally be like that 1% of humanity that decides to wake up and shifts things for the world. So it's like up to you. It's like, do you want to keep living the life that you want to live? Do you want to have a better impact on the world around you? If you don't like seeing your parents suffer, your family members suffer, your friends suffer, like you could be the person that shifts all that. Like sales is service, sales is service. If you have something that works, that helps people, can make you wealthy and do everything else like that, you have a badass business model. And that's why I know I said yes. And that's why Leanne said yes, because we saw that we're like, literally, I can help people get healthy. I can help people get wealthy. I can help people get their time back. I can help people work from anywhere. It doesn't matter if they have skill sets. It doesn't matter if they know what they're doing. It doesn't matter if there's the first time ever being in something like this. It's like literally all the things that people fear having to do. This business literally shows you that none of that you need to do, and that anything is possible for people. You just have to be willing to show up, be coachable, want to change your life, because we can't drag you in the door. And I tell this to people all the time. If you message me and at any point in time you stop following up with me, I archive the chat. I'm not going to chase you to change your life. I got 1,000,001 people in my inbox who are ready to change their life and take this seriously. And I'm one person. I can only help so many people. I literally can only help about 3% of the people that reach out to me every single month. So I'm very selective with the people that I work with. So like, trust me when I say we're not going to be spamming you, cold DMing you, trying to chase you down to do anything, because there's a lot of people that want this. And it's more so saying like, I can't say the right thing to the wrong person, right? Like I said before, the wrong thing to the right person. Some people just aren't ready yet. So I'd rather make a bigger impact in the world and help the people that really show that they're really prioritizing change in their life and they're really ready to do that. So on that note, I think that's it. And we'll wrap it up and we will catch you guys